Hello Pisces, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your March 2020 tarot check for all Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I am so happy that you could be here and co-create with me today. And thank you so much to everyone who's been subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. I really appreciate that. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell if you want to be notified when new videos are posted, which is about every week. So I do a monthly, a mid-month check, weekly checks, and sometimes bonus readings. I also have posted a video about all of the Rider-Waite cards and explaining what the cards mean. So if you're interested in more education about tarot, we'll have that too. So let's see what is going on here for Pisces in March 2020, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Then at the end, I'm going to offer you a Money in the Law of Attraction card from Abraham Hicks. But I do want you to know these are great for any situation. Some of them are pretty specific to money, but you can substitute other concepts there. But the one that I think you're going to get, I don't believe is so specific to money, but we'll see. So your current situation, you've got the Six of Pentacles with the Hermit as an immediate influence. And the destiny on this was a Tower moment. The distant past, you have the King of Pentacles. More recent, you've got the Star. Coming towards you, you have the Emperor. And then you're represented here by the Hierophant. You've got the Knight of Cups around you. And your fears or your desires are the Seven of Cups. The Page of Cups is in the outcome. And then you got the Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So if you're new to my channel, I will not do readings where I'm pulling half the deck. I don't know tarot to be that way. I don't know where that comes from, where people start doing that. I also will not ever turn on a reading unless something catastrophic happens while I'm taping where all the cards are laid out. I also probably would be more likely just to redo the whole thing because I like you to be connected to it. So here we go. So your current situation with the Six of Pentacles, this is actually you or your situation, and it's all about finding balance. It's all about finding reciprocity, but balance with money. So Pisces, if you've had a little bit of trouble organizing your funds, this is guidance for you that it's time now to start getting a little bit more organized. So doing really just some kind of mundane things, like you might need to go down and meet with somebody at your bank, shore up some loose ends so that things are feeling a little bit more under control for you. So if you've been one that has been feeling like your finances have been a bit sketchy lately, it's time to take control of that, because if you don't, it's going to bring you much excuse me, fear and anxiety. So you want to make sure that anything that you're doing that feels like you don't have a good handle on it, it's time to do that. So don't let the pride get in the way either. If somebody wants to help you or somebody's been offering to help you out with something, allow them to do that. So covering you, so your immediate influence, you've got Virgo energy, which is like perfect with, excuse me, with the idea of organizing, getting things under control, managed. That's Virgo. So you definitely have right now a very good energy to kind of organize, clean things up, get things, like I said, more manageable. And this too with the Virgo, this Hermit card, it's all about going within and investing in yourself. So some of the management or unmanageability also can be around your emotional state. So if you know that you've been very wishy-washy lately and indecisive, it's time to just quiet your mind for a little bit. Go within, and you are on the right path, but you may need to distance yourself just a little bit. So your destiny was to have a real shakeup. I think there may have been a wake-up call for some of you with finances, but also too in a relationship. It's possible that something that's been kind of on again, off again came to a complete halt, and it's like the whole thing needed to just be torn down to be rebuilt on a firm foundation. There was not reciprocity in this relationship. There was a real imbalance in it, where one person it was almost like parent-child feeling to me, where one person was very established and the other person wasn't. And the other person, the less established person, became resentful of it, quite frankly. Not wanting, it's like they wanted the dividends, but they didn't want to be condescended to or treated like they weren't at the same level, but they weren't, was the problem. So it was like, well, you kind of can't have it both ways. Either you need to level up or this is going to continue like this. So I feel like in the distant past, it may have been the other person, because in the distant past, you do have the King of Pentacles, and this is somebody who's incredibly financially savvy, stable, has their life very together, but they don't like to take, I hate to say the word handouts. That's a word I keep getting. They don't want to take help. They're very humble, and they're kind of like the type of person who, if you were to give them something, they would repay it. They would not just take something. And that may have been who you were dealing with, where, they were getting a lot of pride and ego nicked and banged around in this, and they just could not stand being in it. It could have also been you, where your pride was taking too many hits, and you got to the point where it's like, felt very, for a man in this, it felt very emasculating, but for a woman, it may have been more like, not enough respect, feeling kind of disrespected because of this. So there came a time where there needed to be renewal. It's like, okay, I need to be able to stand on my own 2 feet. I need to build myself up. I need to be my own person, and I need to get stable. I need to get myself in order here, because this is unmanageable and it's affecting everything around me. Every area of my life, this unmanageability is just seeping into things. And so this was a time of, like I said, renewal, of retreat, of rejuvenation, and really investing in yourself. But this is also too about wish fulfillment. So I do feel like that time was very well spent. The investment in yourself is never a poor investment. It's always a very wise investment. I think some of you might have gone to therapy or some kind of a group or something like that, just to get more understanding of who you really are. What am I really doing here? And through that, now you've got Aries energy coming towards you here. And with this Emperor, this is definitely a very powerful energy. I feel like whoever this is, they might come back around like thinking that they're still dominant, kind of like, well, there's Pisces and they're so unorganized, and they, kind of like taking your inventory in a not great way. And if that happens, then this is not something that can move forward. If they come back and are kind of stoic and judgy, so this can also too be a time for you to get more confident in yourself. It's a time about getting balance. And I do think with this Hermit, with the Six of Pentacles, that will build that confidence that you really need to move forward. Getting a grip on things, getting organized will lend itself to great confidence for you, Pisces. So it's interesting because you have major arcana here that go from the 4 right into the 5. And then here you are as the Hierophant. And this is all, again, this is earth energy here. But this is also about a time where you're going to be blessed with some, I feel like some universal or divine luck is on your side. And this will also be a time, again, where you continue to work on yourself and connect that mind, body, spirit triad. So keep investing in yourself. The work is not completely done, and you're worth it to continue. But it's also a time, like I said, if you are manifesting somebody, this is about working together. And I do think like there will be a point where the energy softens. This is definitely a softening energy from the Emperor. So it may come back kind of forceful, and then they look at things and realize, okay, this person's really changing. They're investing in themselves. They're seeing their own worth, because a lot of times when we allow ourselves to be in that kind of a situation where we're feeling put down or feeling less than, it's our own self-worth that promotes it and attracts it. So I think you're starting to really recognize your own value, your creativity, your generosity, the softness of your heart. And the highest vibration we can achieve is love. So that sort of soft, tender-hearted heart that Pisces tend to have is really on the right path to raising your vibration to that highest frequency. They are going to bring you an offer, and it's throughout this whole, the next four cups or cards in a row are all cups. Okay, so you're going to get an offer, and it's a commitment. I think once they come back and they realize that things are different, they're going to want to align with it. I think that for those of you that are bringing an ex back, which is, you've got, okay, how many cards here that suggest that? Especially these two together. So with that, they're going to, the vibrations were off. They needed to exit because you were no longer a vibrational match. And so they needed to exit to give you time to do the things that you needed to do to feel more secure, more confident, and really see your value. And so they come back and they know it's there. They really do. And again, this is about seeing options. And so your fears are like picking the wrong thing because you do have options. I think as you get more organized and managed, you also become more attractive to people around you, because when you're stressed and you're kind of out of control, you attract people that are also that way, or you attract people that want to dominate you. And so as you do this, you become a very attractive energy for people. So you have options here. But what happens here ultimately is an offer, okay? And again, this is definitely a reunion. It's a kind of a small offer here, but it's still an offer. And I think you're as hesitant too. And so I think that with this, there's definitely love here, and there is a potential, because as we get to know ourselves and we get to know what we want, you will not waste your time on something that's not a fit for you. I think the offer comes in, and I actually think this time it makes a lot more sense, because what I'm getting is, like, before it was such a mismatch. There was attraction there, but it was like you were in two different places. You were not enough of a match. And I actually think too, part of what you were getting out of that was the things in yourself that you've either lost, had taken, or given away. You found it in that person, and when it was restored in you, it was like they were no longer a fit, and then you didn't want to put in the work with them, or they didn't want to put in the work with you. It could be that way too. So they left, but there was still love there, and that's what keeps pulling you back. It's the love that still exists there, and there's a real sense of, it's like lightness and camaraderie. Even though there's like this imbalance thing, there's this other part of it where I just feel like there's two people that just really get each other from a humor standpoint, and they have a lot of fun, and they're frisky and playful and fun together, and that's the thing that keeps that energy, that keeps going, let's try this again. So I do think you have a reunion, and I'd love to hear about it. Here's your Abraham Hicks card. I want to harmonize with what I believe is good. I want to be the best that I can be. I want to do and have and live in a way that is in harmony with my idea of the greatest goodness. I want to harmonize physically here in this body with that which I believe to be the best, or the good way of life. If you will make those statements and then do not take action unless you feel good, you will always be moving in harmony with your idea of that which is good. So somebody asked me on this station, I don't get it. Should I focus on what I want or not? Here's the thing. If you are in a high frequency vibration, then yes, focus on what you want. But if you're feeling the lack of it, don't, because that's what keeps it away, is when we feel lack and we keep thinking of things that we want in our life. We don't get more of it, we just get more lack. So if you're in a really good place, and it doesn't have to be even related to the thing you really desire, you can just be in a good place and you start to kind of think about, why do I want that? That would be a great idea. So I love you so much, Pisces, and I'm so glad we got together again, and I will be back very soon.